Hey everyone. So I got my different setup here. We'll give this a shot. So what I wanted to talk today is about Litecoin and why I like it and why I think it's undervalued and why I think a lot of people are kind of discounting it because it's just not very exciting right now, although there are lots of ways and places that you can actually use it. Um, So we'll just go ahead and get started. Number 8 coin currently it's sitting at 12.4 billion. So it's a little bit down, but I mean it's gone up for the past, week. It's up 25%, 26, 27. So that's good to see. Here you can see kind of more detail on price action. I'm not going to talk too much about price, more about the adoption and who's buying and how you can use Litecoin currently. But currently, we're sitting at 185, and the previous high was 300 something. If I can get it up to the top there, it was over 300. I glimpsed it. Not gonna be able to get that anyway. But over 300, probably like 350 somewhere around there. So we probably have a good amount of time and room to move up. I would expect 350, 360 here shortly in the next couple of months, maybe sooner. I'm not sure. Volume is kind of ticked down a little bit, as you can see down here, but like I said, I'm not too concerned about price at the moment. I do think it's going to continue to move upwards. It still hasn't passed its previous all-time high, so just one thing to consider. Moving on. I thought this was kind of interesting. We're almost at 2 million blocks mined, so in the next 24, 48 hours, somewhere in there, Litecoin will have mined 2 million blocks. So that's pretty cool. With over 60 million transactions. So people are using it. People are using Litecoin every single day. And so you might ask yourself, where are people using it? So here is where people are using Litecoin. It's all over the world except for, Northern Africa, some parts of, Kazakhstan and Russia, Mongolia and China and, kind of less sparsely populated areas. But there's still lots of, and this is just a heat map, so I mean when you zoom in you can kind of get more detail. Like, yeah, these are highly populated areas, but I mean we still have a lot of like the mass amount of people who are just unbanked from a cryptocurrency perspective. So that, I just want to actually get back here real quick. It's a proof of work coin. It was started by Charlie Lee, who was a previous Google engineer and also worked at Coinbase. So it's cool. This is actually the supply curve right there. Actually, probably I didn't need to go over that, but anyway. So here's where you can, who is using Litecoin and where. And the reason, and also online. So if you want to like swag some, Litecoin stuff, then you can pay with Litecoin. So I tried, but I didn't actually go through with the transaction. I was just playing around with it. So that was cool. Litecoin, we'll get into the actual like use cases for it. Don't worry, I'm just kind of going over some basic stuff. Here's Litecoin Foundation's Twitter. They post a lot, so you can kind of look, the things that they retweet and such. But one of the projects that they are working on or with, it just says Litecoin on the card, and I'm not exactly sure because there's a Lite wallet, and it says that it was going to be implemented with the Lite wallet. So I'm not sure because I've tried to connect the card to the wallet, and I'm not finding exactly how to do that yet. But anyway, I think this is really, really interesting. You can already do this with Bitcoin. There are Bitcoin cards out there that you can already sign up for. But what I like about Litecoin is how fast it is. It's because of those 1 megabyte sized blocks that are mined every 2.5 minutes for a total of 800. See, that was the point of going back to this page. It was like to tell you about the 884 million Litecoin coins, and then versus the 21 million. So there's 4 times as many Litecoin as there are Bitcoin. Block reward currently at 12.5 Litecoins per block, every 2.5 minutes. So it's very fast. Like, I love using Litecoin just because of how fast it is. So that was the point of going over that. And then getting back onto the Visa debit card. So with this, I like it and I don't like it. I like it because Visa is accepted everywhere pretty much, and that it's a debit card, so you just load the Litecoin onto the card and then you spend it. However, how this works is they have to go through a bank, Metropolitan Commercial Bank, in New York, and this is them. Their market cap, I think it was like $500 million. Yeah, where was it? It was around here somewhere. Yeah, $500 million or 415 million ish market cap. So they are the ones that have to help with the transaction in how with Visa and how this works out. I went on this website cardfellow.com to try and figure out exactly like how settlement works and all that, and it is just really, really confusing. I mean, they try and break it down simply, but I still can't figure out exactly what happens and why. Honestly, even as complicated as cryptocurrencies are, I find that Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ether, I find those are more simple than this whole mess. So anyway, that's part of the risk when you sign up with this card is that you have to deal with this bank, and that this bank seems to be well capitalized, $400 million, but that's a drop in the bucket compared to some of the, the value of the other coins that are currently trading in the overall market cap of the, cryptocurrency world. Even if we're talking about just Litecoin itself, if you just compare, the $12.4 billion, so that's like what, 1/24th? This company is less than 1/24th the size of overall Litecoin. So in terms of usage, like there's a little bit of risk there because you don't know like if everyone jumped into using a product like this, um, would this bank and Visa be able to coordinate with each other well enough and send the transactions through this complicated network in such a way that it does not, crash the bank or cause issues or something like that. So there is risk. However, I did disclosure sign up for this. I just think it's really cool because of how fast it is, how fast Litecoin is. You send the money to this LitecoinCard.com website. I sent a few bucks just to try it out. They fund, your account is funded in Litecoin, but when you can use this Visa debit card, wherever, and then it converts to US dollars. Or see, that's the part I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know exactly how the bank is involved in if they just accept the Litecoin and then immediately give you cash, and the value of your Litecoin it fluctuates, or maybe they hedge it with Litecoin that they hold in their own wallets. So lots of interesting things going on with that, but I did sign up for this, and this is one of the reasons why I think that Litecoin, like this map here, it's being used. You can literally use it anywhere right now. You sign up for a product like this card. I keep clicking to the wrong thing. You can use it. It's ready to go. That's why I just don't see like the point of the store of value I get with Bitcoin. And if Litecoin is supposed to be the silver to Bitcoin, why is this not something that is taking off like fire? I mean, I just don't get it. Like I'm definitely going to be using something like this in the future. So, and then also you might ask yourself like, why should I buy Litecoin? Why should I use Litecoin? Well, you'll be able to eventually use it with PayPal. You can't currently, but it says sometime in 2021 that you'll be able to use cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and a couple others, I think. So there's people who already have PayPal or a PayPal app or Venmo. They'll be instantly able to buy because it says you could sell cryptocurrencies directly, but that's not the case because I tried that a few minutes ago and I can't find any way to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrencies on the app currently. So perhaps that's coming out in 2021 eventually, but it's just not out now. But adoption is coming. You saw the heat map of where everyone's using it. The fact that you can use it currently with Visa right now. Just load the debit card. There are some drawbacks to using this because sorry I'm bouncing around. You have to keep $10 on the card. It's an activation fee. is what they call it, but they also describe it as that $10 is used to account for market volatility, which I get. But what's cool is you can withdraw this $10 if you wanted to, but you just wouldn't be able to spend it with the card. So whatever, like if you had $15 on the account and you had the card, you could only spend five of that dollars. But if you wanted to withdraw from your desktop or the website, then you would be able to withdraw the full $15. So I get it. It's a little annoying, but then you'll be able to get a $50 metal card here soon, so that's cool. But this thing is riddled with fees, so if you don't use it, if you have to swipe it. That's the only way you can actually get away with not having to pay a transaction fee, because if you use a PIN like a debit card, like it's a little misleading because it's a debit card, and so therefore you think, oh, I'm going to use my PIN. But if every time you use a PIN, the bank takes, or Visa takes $1 or whoever. So you swipe it like a credit card, and it seems like you'll get no fees, except there is a monthly $5 fee unless you're spending $750 in transactions per month. So I don't imagine a whole lot of people are going to be spending $750 in Litecoin right now. Maybe you do, not me. So I'll be incurring the $5 fee, but that's okay. I just want to give it a shot. But what's also cool is you can use it with Apple Pay. So I've used Apple Pay for the first time the other day, and I thought that was just really cool. So you can load your card onto the app, and then you can use it wherever Apple Pay is accepted as well. So in terms of adoption, you kind of the adoption is here. All you have to do is sign up for it. I mean, yeah, there's some fees like you would with a bank, but you're currently still using a bank. So I think this map is actually merchants that take Litecoin directly. And so also if you click here, you can see shops. These are online shops. So let's see, offline shops. I saw, H-Town. So I'm from Houston, or not from Houston, but I'm from Texas. And so I saw the H-Town Donuts, and I thought that was pretty cool. So they currently accept Litecoin as payment. But what this does, it goes through a bank. That way you can use it anywhere. So this is who is currently accepting Litecoin directly. But if you just want to use a card and go through like a Visa network, then you've got this option. But mass adoption is coming. But you got to also consider who's investing in Litecoin right now. And Grayscale. That's one of the major ones that's investing. They have right here $175 million in Litecoin. Now, that's not anything compared to the Ethereum or Bitcoin trusts, but it is the third largest out of all the cryptocurrency assets. And here's the large cap fund of just the mix of them all. But it is the third largest, and so I would just have to say, if Grayscale, this multi-billion-dollar company, is throwing, $175 million into Litecoin, I think it's worth it just to give it a shot. So that's what I think, and I hope y'all found that interesting. And if you could, it took me a long time to do a lot of this research, and I'm sorry I'm bouncing around, getting still new to this, but if you could subscribe, share it with people, I'd really appreciate that. It would help me out a lot. So I will see you in the next video, and let me know if you like this format, if I should do anything different. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.